Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mainstream House Live on Location, episode 10. I'm going to introduce to you Michelle and Panda. Can we get a little round of applause, please?
You just want to make me fall.
All right, I'm going to try not to fall. Are we good?
Yeah. This was like an obstacle course. Oh, is that something important now?
Okay, let me get myself all set up.
Oh, they gave us Diet Coke.
Aw, thank you.
The first sip of Diet Coke.
It's
Is
the
anybody
best.
else aware of this?
Okay, so hello, Disney Springs, and welcome to the Main Street Mouse Live.
I didn't feel like it was that long, but everybody else did.
It was a long time.
Was it? All right.
Yes. Also, hello to our at-home audience. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you as well. And we are going to have a fun show. We have all kinds of fun things planned. And before we get started, John and I wanted to talk a little bit about what the buzz has been going on lately, and that is the House of Mouse Expo. So have you guys all heard of it?
Cannot wait, sincerely. I really am excited.
I know, he's excited.
I've never been involved with an expo thing. I hardly go to them, so I'm excited.
No, like usually when we work an expo, John will message me and be like, well, so what are these expos all about? And what do you do there? And, you know, all this fun stuff. Because I think they're fun. They're a great way to meet people and network. And, you know, you really get out and meet a lot of people that you might not normally get to meet. So the Main Street Mouse is doing our own expo. Scott has been wanting to do this for 4 years, and it's just all falling into place. So the expo will be November 27th and 28th at the Embassy Suites, Lake Buena Vista, which is about 4 miles from here. And there will be a shuttle bus back and forth. So if you're staying on property, you'll be able to go to the expo with no issues. So tickets are on sale for that now. Vendor booths are on sale. So we are really looking forward to it.
Are you allowed to mention anything that goes on Saturday night?
Yeah, you. How about you talk about it?
You think I know about it? I know there's a party. That's all I know. There's a DJ Elliott from Disney, right? DJ Elliott.
You guys know DJ Elliott.
He'll be doing a Saturday night. Is it a dance party?
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking for Push to come, but I don't know if that'll happen.
We're also have other things in the works because it's going to be a Pleasure Island throwback party. And so Adventurers Club, Comedy Warehouse, and we're actually going to be doing a dessert party with Pleasure Island themed desserts. So it is going to be a whole lot of fun. Just stay tuned. We're going to have more information on that shortly. We're just waiting for some confirmations for some additional features that the party will have.
Speaking of shirts, this is Scott's pop culture jerseys. He does not ask me to do this for him. I am obsessed with them. If you all remember, I used to only wear my Panda t-shirt in the park. It's a little tight. It's a little clingy. Shows off a couple of curves that I don't really need to have showing off. These are so comfortable.
He's hooked.
I buy them. I mean, I get a little bit of a discount, but I buy them. I really do. So the pop culture jerseys, these things are great.
I don't have them wearing leggings yet, you guys. We haven't gotten that far.
God, that's not happening.
What if we get them with pockets, John? Does that help at all?
I would do it as a goof one day.
Okay. Or a dress with pockets. Okay, so we have all kinds of fun things to talk about. So shall we get to it?
Yeah, I'm not even going to look. I'm going to let you mention it.
All right. So, okay, so the first thing we wanted to talk about, and don't forget, we do have some random silliness as the show goes on. So just expect it. We don't ever stay on track, ever. Right?
Never.
Okay. So one of the main things that has changed since the last time we saw all of you is we're not wearing face masks, and neither are you.
No, I'm happy about it. I am a vaccination proponent. Is that the right word? I'm for the vaccinations. And so far, I'm okay.
Yep,
so
same here.
I'm feeling good.
Did you have any bad side effects from the virus? From the
second shot, I didn't feel good the next day. I was really tired.
Yeah.
But No, not that
Not
bad.
good. So yeah, I'm glad that at least it's one thing that we don't have to worry about, and I am so glad that Disney is starting to get back to normal. Finally, I think there's so many people that, I mean, we're lucky because we live here. We can go to the parks and such, and we've been covering events for Disney since they reopened last summer. But there's a lot of people who haven't been to Disney in a really long time, and a lot of people have missed that magic. And they've been waiting for things to get somewhat normal again.
And it does change so quickly that it does confuse people. First, the mask has to be on for the attraction, and then right now, is it correct? No mask anywhere except for transportation?
Except for transportation.
Okay.
So if you go on the monorail or the bus.
And that could be different later today. That could just...
That's true.
They change it.
No, you know what I find funny, though? I mean, it's, again, not my rules, but we were at Disney 2 weeks ago, and it was just Scott and I on the Skyliner, and we had to wear a mask. It was just him and I in there.
Who was going to report you if you took it off?
I don't know, but I'm not a rule breaker, and I was afraid, like, is there a camera in here? Are they going to stop the Skyliner and be like, you put your mask back on?
No.
But I can't, because I have a guilty conscience. So I sat there dying in there with
told
the
you to
mask
keep it on?
Yes, they
It's
did.
A little weird.
Oh, well, yeah, because if you're with people that you
Yeah.
live with,
Unless
I
they
don't
think your germs are going to linger. in the thing.
maybe. But yeah, I found that weird.
That's weird.
But
I would not have listened to that. Sorry, I wouldn't have.
so then you would have got the message over the PA, like,
No, I would have
"Excuse
put
me,
it back
sir."
as I landed.
Like,
They wouldn't have known.
Yeah, I know. So I do believe the Skyliner is part of that rule. I think
so.
too. All right. So anyway, glad that things are getting back to
Florida's numbers
normal.
keep going down.
They do.
So that's really,
Yeah.
with all that's going on. And let me tell you, these theme parks are crowded. Have you seen it? The people at Universal said to me that people are coming back with a vengeance. And they're spending vengeance-wise. Like, they didn't spend for so long that they're spending a lot now.
Well, speaking of, we're going to go off script as usual. You brought up Universal, and you were just there, and you said it was a Hot Mess Express.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Once in a while, I cheat from Disney and I go to Universal. And it was on my GPS on the car, I know that I'm 2 miles away, but it says I won't arrive for 32 minutes.
Ooh.
And I realized that it's because just to get into the parking lot, I-4 was backed up. And this was a Tuesday. And then when I got in the park, to get through security was an hour to get in the park. To wait online for a water was about 45 minutes. Just everything was, you could tell that they were like at 120% capacity, and maybe their staffing was at 30.
Oh. So not good. Did you?
It was, we had fun because we made it fun, but it wasn't a good situation, no.
So did you have to wait a long time for attractions and things, or no?
Yes, we too, all day.
Oh.
But part of that, I think, is because Disney has the reservation system, so they know who's coming.
Yeah.
Every overflow, if you're on vacation and you have to go to somewhere, they all went to Universal. And Universal did send a survey the next day that asked about, are you aware of Disney's reservation system?
Really?
So I wonder if they're thinking about doing it themselves, because they did not stop anyone from coming in. It was crazy.
Either that, or they're trying to see how much of their capacity is Disney overflow. Like, could you not get into Disney today? And you decided
They asked
to come?
that. That was one of the absolute. They said, did you come today because you planned to come to Universal, or because Disney was booked and you came here?
Were we your second choice?
Yes.
Basically, I think that's what they were asking. Like,
That's what they asked.
I don't know. I mean, we actually went a couple weeks ago. My sons wanted to ride the Velocicoaster, and I try to be that mom because I'm a boy mom. And
I can't believe you went on.
I know. I just take Dramamine and I just do it because my kids want me to. And I went on the Velocicoaster, and I had like regrets probably when when it first took off. I think I screamed the entire time, and my boys were screaming. Sorry, boys. And it was the fastest coaster I think I've ever been on.
My problem is if I'm on like Expedition Everest, I feel secure. There's a box around me. You don't get that, right? On the Velocicoaster, you're like open everywhere.
Yeah, you kind of don't get that. I mean, it goes over you, but there's no shoulder straps.
Yeah.
It really wasn't that bad. I mean, it was bad, but not that bad. I
You
mean,
go on it again?
oh, well, maybe 2 Dramamine this time, and yeah, probably.
All right.
But I go for my kids. I'm that mom. I do. We have fun. They're like, Mom, you're going, right? Yeah, I'm going. And Scott will be like, I'm not. I'll see you guys in an hour.
Yeah, Slinky Dog is more my.
I love
style.
Slinky
Me too.
Dog.
But you see how secure you're in? You're in Slinky Dog.
Yeah, and you know what? Another ride that Scott won't go on that is also doesn't feel secure. I'm sure it's secure, but Mako over at SeaWorld.
Yes.
Like you just have a lap bar and you feel like you're going to fly out of the seat.
Yes.
Now you're probably not going to fly out of the seat, but it has that feeling. And I know what you mean as far as feeling secure.
Yeah, it's all psychological, but I don't want to be part of the track. If you can reach down and touch the track, that's not good.
No, so no Velocicoaster for you, huh?
I don't think so.
All right,
Maybe
we'll see. Maybe I could bribe you into doing it somehow. All right, so you want to go back to Disney then?
Go back to Disney.
Okay, so was it in the past week or so they made the announcements for the world's most magical celebration, which kicks off on October the 1st.
Getting excited.
I
was originally thinking because of the whole pandemic that they're going to pull back so much that the 50th is going to be like, bleh. But it's not. It's shaping up that it looks like, yeah, I thought it was going to be like you pull the pop and poof. It looks like we're at a time now where the money's coming in again and they have to keep it up. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll put it closer.
All right.
And they gotta really bring it with the, it's looking like it's nice. I didn't think they were mapping the projections to Main Street.
No, I think that's exciting. It said it's the first time that Main Street USA is going to be lit up with projections. And I think that works out better. Actually, if you're thinking about crowd-wise, follow me for a sec. So like, usually the hub in front of the castle is a big old mess at night and you can't get out of there. Well, if they have stuff going on Main Street, then you're going to be spreading people out. So maybe they won't be as crowded.
I was mentioning this to Liz before. It could be the opposite though, because you want to be by like Tony's Town Square now to see the projection. And by the way, yes, there have been projections on Main Street, but they're just the silly little, ghost projection that you could put on your house. We're talking now it's the mapped, thing that's going to be incredible. You could have Tinkerbell fly up, down Main Street onto the castle, but everybody now is going to want to be either on Main Street or in the beginning of Main Street because you're going to miss a big part of the show. So I don't know if it's going to make another bottleneck. I don't think a lot of people are going to know about it at first.
No. And, I guess it really could be one way or the other as far as, we're not going to know until it starts. But, usually I know, let me just say, I do miss the way things used to be. I miss the fireworks. I miss it all. However, I don't miss, picture it, like Saturday night, fireworks are just ending. You can't get out of there. I mean, the crowds are heavy. There's a long line for the monorail. Long line for the ferry boat. By the time you get back to your car, it's like an hour and a half and you're exhausted and irritated. I mean, that's the only thing I didn't like.
And when they had an electrical parade, that was avoided a little bit because people still waited for the second one. So hopefully that will come back one day.
We would find reasons to stay back at the park instead of leaving when everyone else left. Just so it's not so, I don't like that mad rush of people to try to get back to the car. I would rather hang back and maybe take some pictures or go on Haunted Mansion again and avoid all that,
It's good that the park doesn't need to close right after that big show.
No.
That would help it a little bit.
No. And also, so I had some people.
I'm sorry. So before we forget, that new show is called Disney Enchantment. And that starts October 1st. It will be replacing Happily Ever After for how long, we don't know.
Right. And then I had some people asking about Happily Ever After somehow being weaved in with that as well. And I said, one of the things I said is just speculation, of course. But do you remember for the longest time, they had Wishes, but they also had Celebrate the Magic. So they did have 2 shows going on. And I love Celebrate the Magic.
I don't think they're going to do 2 fireworks shows.
Yeah, I guess.
Because they mentioned Enchantment has
It's fireworks. But
Otherwise, I would have thought it was in addition to.
yeah, it would kind of be cool if they had more than one thing, but I guess that would be a lot to put on every night for 18 months.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm excited though.
But if Happily Ever After comes back, you would think they would have to utilize those new projections up and down Main Street. So hopefully that happens.
I think so many people just miss Happily Ever After so much. I know I do. And that comes back this week on the 1st. And I think there's going to be a lot of tears when that happens.
The same people complaining that Happily Ever After is leaving is the same people that are complaining that Wishes was leaving.
Oh. Well, yeah. Did you go see Wishes when it was done? I mean, did you go see it like one final time?
Not the final. Oh wait, did I think I did.
I didn't go the night it closed. Because the kids had school that week. I went the Saturday before, and I remember I got a big stack of napkins from Starbucks, and we went and got our spot on Main Street. And the boys are looking at me like, "You're gonna cry, aren't you?" I'm like, "Look at my stack of napkins. That should be your answer right there." And I wanted to soak it up, and I didn't record it. I had a kid in each arm, and I sobbed like somebody like ran over my foot with the car. I just cried and cried, and the kids are looking at me like, "Oh my God!" But it's one of those things, Disney people don't like change, and we attach memories to things, and things mean something to us. And I remember bringing the kids when they were little, so.
I think July 1st we're going to cry.
Oh, I am. Guaranteed.
The fact that it just is coming back.
Yeah.
I'm not reverse devastation. I'm just happy that it's coming back.
You're overjoyed.
I really am.
Yes.
I didn't realize how much I missed it.
And I think I used to cry when I would go see it anyway. Like I maybe saw it 3 weeks before, and I'd still stand there and I'd be sniffing. And it got to the point that everybody knew I was going to cry. So they would wait for the sniffing and turn around and be like, "Oh, there she goes." I'm a Disney crier. I can't help it.
What else we got here?
Okay, let's go over to Epcot.
Okay, Harmonious.
Finally.
I'm hearing from some cast members, I won't even mention them by name. Hey, Adam. No, I'm kidding. That he's some people have heard in the background the soundtrack and stuff, and they are liking it. I'm seeing somebody here that should not be here. It's just very odd to see the person that I'm seeing. In any event, Harmonious it looks good. It looks big. Complain about the barges and the big tacos in the middle of the water. It looks like it's going to be great. Yeah. I don't mind the big tacos. I don't.
When we were there one time, and like one of the armatures went up and opened. Liz, do you remember this? And it looked like a roller coaster with no end in sight. Like the cart would go off and shoot you into the water. It looked like a big roller coaster out there.
The big taco, a big arm comes out of each one.
Like this. When we were there a couple weeks ago, and they had lights up on the taco. It was like you could see like different colored lights and things. So, I mean, I was excited to see that. I made Scott pull over. I'm like, "Look, there's lights." He's like, "Where?" I'm like, no, I see it. And I'm like zooming in because it was something I hadn't seen before. I'm such a dork though, because I get excited about like everything. So I'm like, "Ooh, lights."
I can't wait to see what they're going to do. And I like that the us is emphasized to bring it back to the countries coming together, because the kite thing, Epcot Forever, does not have that.
No.
The countries are not like at the end, one thing.
I really think that a lot of people weren't super excited about Epcot Forever, which really wasn't forever. It was Epcot for now because it's temporary. So
that's a huge lagoon. You need a lot of kites.
Whole lot of kites.
They put 4, and I'm like, all right, it's cute.
And a jet ski. I would like to be one of the ones on the jet skis with the kites. I mean, it would just be fun. Yeah. Oh, come on.
It would be fun. Wait, that's right. I'm sorry, not the boat, the jet ski itself.
Yeah, the jet ski.
Because
they had to go take off really fast to get those kites to fly. So can you imagine when someone says, "All right, ready, go," and you got to floor it so that your kite goes up in the air? I think that'd be kind of fun. Except I'd be nervous because it's so dark out there. Like
I'd hit the other boat.
Exactly. Like, what if no, that's a horrible thing to say, but
So I can't wait. October 1st. Do you think they'll have a soft? I hope they do. There's so many things going on October 1st that you want to be in 5 places at once. And it's hard being one of those super fans that wants to see everything.
Exactly. So what do we do? I mean, as fans, I'm sure you guys feel the same way. Especially with the reservation system, if you can get into one park, which one are you going to go to? And then are you going to hop over to the other? But like with both fireworks shows starting that night, it's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Or you send somebody over there to record one, but still you want to see it.
Yeah.
So you have to make a choice.
We never know if we're getting an invite to something. Maybe they'll have an opening and they'll invite, and maybe they won't. So you never know. You still got to make the reservation. And I buy the tickets anyway because I don't know.
No, we don't know. And that's a lot of people think, well, you guys get to go for sure. And, especially with the way with COVID and everything, Disney's media list has changed, and we don't usually get a whole lot of notice. So we have to try to plan the best we can.
How many times have you bought a ticket for like the Merry Christmas or the Halloween?
I know you do.
And then they invite you and you're like, oh, thanks.
No, but I'm happy that they invite. So no, I'm kind of waiting to see what happens and just hoping for the best. And then if not, then we're going to go anyway.
And speaking of kites. What?
It's like they're going to take those kites and jet skis and move them over to Animal Kingdom, I believe, because it sounds like the same type of thing, except it's going to be animals flying in the air. I mean, and
nobody's super excited about. I don't like the title, Kite Tales.
It sounds like a kids' TV show.
How are we going to get animals into this name?
Yeah,
Tails, but spell it this way.
Spell it this way. Well, they have the Disney dog line. It's Disney Tails, Tails.
All right.
But a lot of people were saying, so basically it's kites like Epcot for now, except it's going to be animals. And I really think that that's exactly what it's going to be. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have music and stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think what I like is that you don't have to plan it. It's ongoing, so you can see it as you're going through the park. You don't have to make a special thing for it. That's nice. I like it. I'm happy they're doing something.
We're trying here, you guys.
They're trying.
Kites, animals. I guess
exactly how I feel.
All right. I will say though, sidebar, I still am super bummed because I don't care what anybody says. I liked Rivers of Light. I loved the music of Rivers of Light. I think probably the best. If they could have played that soundtrack with the big lotus flower like sprinklers out there, and I just sat there for 20 minutes and listened to the music and watched the flowers. I mean, good enough for me. I mean, I didn't like it when they added the Lion King stuff, but if you listen to the soundtrack, I have it on my phone. I know, shock. And when we were driving, it just popped up, and I told Scott, I'm like, it's Rivers of Light, and it's like a 4-minute song, but I'm like in the car, singing "We Are One" and like crying, because it's wonderful. But I missed that show, and they put so much hype into Rivers of Light, and for it to be over so fast, it just.
The problem was it wasn't ready. We got Jungle Book, which gave us a piece of it, so we already saw most of what it was. Yeah. My big problem with Rivers of Light is I have a little bit of OCD, and in the back, those 2 water streams that do not connect.
Oh.
I couldn't get over it. That the middle of the picture is gone, and I was like, turn the sprayer up, please. And I couldn't. Everything else could have been. Christ could have come back for the second coming. I would have been like, but the water doesn't meet in the center. I couldn't
turn up the hoses.
I couldn't get over it.
And that is very true. I got nothing because you're absolutely right.
But you got over it because at least you enjoyed it.
Here's the stupid part, and I feel a bit hypocritical because I loved Rivers of Light, but I never went to see it. I mean, it was one of those things that's like when we were there, we would go, but like we're not big Animal Kingdom people. Like we don't go very often because it's so hot there. But when I did go, I loved it, and I loved the music, and I just kind of felt a little bit bummed that they're not doing it anymore. But I don't know if Disney Kite Tales is a good solution for.
It's not a solution to Rivers of Light, but it's something to use that lagoon for.
I know, and that's the thing. The lagoon and what they built up, the whole stadium seating for Rivers of Light, it just seems kind of sad that they got to put.
They got to use it. They got to do another nighttime show.
They got to do something. But in the meantime, those jet skis are going back to use, and we're going to get kites.
But wait.
What?
Oh, that's right. No, you're right. Because they don't have to use them for Harmonious. Right. You're right.
They're going to put.
And I bet you they're using the same kite company. I bet you.
I bet you they are. They probably maybe they just like use the same kites, but like put like fur on them or something to make them look like a lion.
I was in Epcot and I was excited about the beginning of the Forever. We were going to see it.
Yeah.
And the family that does the kites had a little. You met them too? I met these 5 people that all had the same shirt on. There was a company name.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're the company that does it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. The way the Grucci firework family does it, this was their thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I'm sure they're happy they're still employed.
Right. And I guess we'll see what happens because this is going to run for 18 months. So we don't know what is going to come after that. And I'm sure Disney probably doesn't fully know either because there was a lot more things planned for the 50th because, all the announcements had come out, but nobody knew that life was going to change last year. So everything, of course, changes with it, but at least we're getting some things. Also, before we change topics, they're adding like the new gold statues to the hub.
I like that.
I like that idea too.
So when you read it, it sounded like they were adding 8 to the Magic Kingdom only, but then you realize there's 50 across 4 parks.
Is there
50 gold statues for the 50? Yeah, I know. When you read it, it doesn't. You have to like read on through and then you go, oh, okay, I know.
I guess I didn't read the whole article.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there's 50 gold statues throughout 4 parks of all different characters and stuff. I don't know if these are new or they're coming from Disneyland. Somebody told me they think they're coming from Disneyland.
Really?
Who did somebody? Is that what you're thinking? Oh.
Yeah.
These are bigger than I think these are big.
Are they
statues?
big? I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, but that's cool. I like that.
So if they're going to put the statues in Magic Kingdom around like where the fountains are and stuff, do we know where they're going to put them in the other parks? Are they going to be at the front of the park?
They could scatter them. If they're 50, they could scatter them all over.
They could do a scavenger hunt.
That would be cool, a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, go put stickers on a piece of paper as you find them all, and then you get something like a prize at the end.
I like that.
I like getting prizes. Well.
Sometimes the prizes are good at Epcot.
They are. If they still have them. We tried to get prizes for the...
they ran out of prizes?
The plates. For Flower and Garden, they were giving out plate sets, and we wanted to try to get one of each plate, and then we only got 2 plates, and then they didn't have any more.
There's no rain check to get the others?
No.
Oh, I'd be
Look at him. He's mad for me.
I would be upset.
I want those plates. Yeah, I never got a set. Actually, I got 2. You got 4 plates?
First world problems.
I didn't get to complete my set. It's important. But
I think it is too. I would be on eBay.
On eBay. No, I'm not that important. And also Mickey and Minnie and the characters are getting new iridescent outfits, of course. And I'm assuming that the merchandise will be iridescent as well. And I know I don't need to buy any more souvenirs, but I'm going to. And I'm really excited to see what kind of merchandise they come out for the 50th.
Did you see the Starbucks cup?
The Starbucks cup. Yep.
That's a miracle. Did you see it? It's
a miracle.
I've never. Yeah, you come on. You can't show that picture to anyone that doesn't want it. Did you guys see it? Nod. Okay, Lizette. Right? See? It's like this diamond encrusted Starbucks cup. Tells everybody that you order the most obnoxious 125 temperature drink. No, it really is pretty. I like it.
But if the Starbucks cup looks that good, can you imagine what everything else is going to be? I better start saving now because
I agree.
I know I'm going to want a shirt. I'm going to want a tote bag. They're going to have new Dooney and Burke bags, which is a problem for me.
Which they need to come out with a man purse.
A man purse.
They do. I would wear a nice Dooney and Burke that hung over your shoulder with pockets.
What about a fanny pack, like a Dooney fanny pack?
Fat guys don't do good with fanny packs.
All right, sorry.
When you go through the turnstiles, if you have one of them on, all your stuff just goes boom.
Okay, no fanny pack. Not a good idea. But that the merchandise is going to be off the charts. I'm excited.
And hold on.
What?
Scott, would you wear a fanny pack? Not a fanny pack. A man purse? You wouldn't do the man purse? Would you, Sean? Yeah. See? We would do it.
So, all right.
I don't know if that's a good gauge, though, for everybody else.
I don't even wear fanny packs.
No, but the man purse is good.
I like the man purse idea because the Vera Bradley has them for women, and it's like life changing. You can wear your backpack crossways. I don't know what that thing's called. Do you know what it's called? The backpacks that are and you spin them, you spin it around when you need to get something from the front. I did not have a backache when I used them. Vera Bradley has them. So.
I feel like there's a Star Wars like Mando has a man purse. One of them has a I don't know. So,
He's on
maybe
the man purse
Chewbacca
thing.
got a man purse.
Chewbacca has a crossbody bag, doesn't he?
So, yeah, I think so. That, yes.
Get him a purse charm and everything. It'd be really cute. Look, I'm giving him ideas. He's like, "What kind of charm is it going to be?
I like
blingy?
the charms. I
Yeah,
do
blingy
like
charm.
the charms.
Okay, so let's move over to Halloween.
Okay.
All right,
We're not getting full Halloween.
No, are you bitter about it? Or are you okay?
I'm okay if I find out what's going on with Christmas. It could be a test.
Yeah, true.
But I really hope we get a real Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party. And Boo Bash, for all the people that complained, can I get a raised hand? Who's going to Boo Bash?
Like,
okay. Oh, I would 30%.
like half and half?
No, not even half.
Not even half.
Okay, because everybody complained that the price was too high, but it's selling out some days, which scares me that will embolden Disney to continue these high price things.
I just think that if that you want Halloween, and I think a lot of people are going to take it regardless of it, but I do feel that Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party was a better value. It was cheaper, and you got more. You got the Hocus Pocus show. You got the Booty You Parade. I just think, and the Halloween fireworks.
Yep. But if the crowds are after hours crowds, that would be a big plus. I know somebody like my sister would rather pay a lot to have the park empty.
Yeah, that's true. But the Halloween parties weren't that crowded either.
Not if you went right past the castle. They were pretty empty.
Yeah.
It's just Main Street and the celebration part.
And a lot of people don't go to the parties to actually ride the attractions. They go for the special shows, the special food, and merchandise. Right. Of course, you have to go get all the special merchandise.
Did they say anything about special food for Boo Bash?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They did?
The only thing I can remember is the Haunted Mansion funnel cake, which is basically a funnel cake with like purple and green sprinkles on it.
Oh, they went all out.
Yeah. So you're going to get purple sprinkles on your funnel cake for Halloween. And I also read that October 1st, you're going to be able to get it at Magic Kingdom. You don't have to go to the Boo Bash to get it as of October 1st.
They haven't said anything yet about the Sleepy Hollow experience, have they?
No.
I really want that back.
I know you do. It was supposed to be, they got the new horse barn
yeah.
and they were going to revamp that whole thing. And then everything kind of came to a screeching halt. I bet you it'll be back next year.
I hope. It's still possible they could bring it this year.
I think if they're going to, they should announce it soon because people are trying to plan for their Halloween trips and such. So
for those that don't know, over at, what was it? The Circle D Ranch?
Tri-Circle D Ranch at the
They had a Sleepy Hollow experience. Remember that? Where you'd go and you'd watch the movie and the Headless Horseman would be there. It was like $15. They gave you a pin. It was great. It was really great.
And
it was spooky.
Well, yeah, it'd be spooky.
But because it was on the ranch at night and the horse was, it was just little.
Wait, what did the horse do?
He did. Something like that.
I know it was good.
Nay.
So, but the Headless Horseman, I posted a video on the Main Street Mouse last night of the Headless Horseman because I save like everything on my phone. Like I get made fun of because I have like thousands of pictures and videos. And, the Headless Horseman was one of my favorite parts of Not So Scary just because it would be so eerie and quiet on Main Street. And then they would say, and the Headless Horseman is near. And then you hear the clap, 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 and you're waiting for him, and you hear those hooves like way before they get to you. I really hope that all of that comes back because I think that was really magical about Halloween. I mean, all the little details that they put into it. And I think that the only thing that bothered me about the Horseman is like if you're in the back of the park and you lose track of time and you're like, oh, shoot.
You miss him.
You missed the Horseman. We missed him the one time. And Scott was bitter for probably 2 years. He's like, remember that time we missed the Horseman?
Scott bitter?
Bitter. Very bitter. He was like... I had to hear that we missed the Horseman for probably 2 to 3 years after that. Look at him. He's still mad. And it was like 7 years ago. He's like, no, we have to be there for the Horseman. We missed it. But anyway, boy, that was a long tangent about a horse, wasn't it?
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
He
So
may be there for Boo Bash. We don't know.
I would love that.
That would be a good cavalcade thing to.
So all the cavalcades that they did in the daytime last year are going to be nighttime cavalcades. Is that right?
Did they say that?
I think so, because they're going to do like a Nightmare Before Christmas one, and that was in the daytime last year. So if that's the case, are they not doing Halloween cavalcades in the day since they're going to do a party?
Maybe different characters?
Maybe. Because they played the Boo to You music in the daytime last year. So you still got all that.
We are so deprogrammed. We knew that Boo to You would be. Now they can do whatever they want.
I don't know. It'll be a surprise, I guess.
The first Boo Bash will, I think, tell other people if it's worth going to or not.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I hope that it's good, but I hope it's not too good because I want them to bring back Not So Scary.
I know. I agree.
I would be really sad.
I really hope Christmas we get a normal.
I hope we get normal Christmas too. And you know what? Another thing that I really feel is a must, not that Disney listens to what we say, however, the lights on the castle for Christmas. I really miss that. I mean, did you guys miss it too? I mean, there's just
projections are great, but they can't.
No. We need to get those lights going like early.
Now this year they may skip just because of the anniversary.
Because are they putting lights on the castle anyway for the anniversary or no?
I don't think so. Maybe sparkly,
like sparkles, yeah. Because I know that all the park icons are getting illuminated somehow for the anniversary, but I don't know if they're doing.
They could still do the holiday lights because they don't obstruct the pink.
No, I just really like. There's just something about the castle being lit at Christmas time. I could go back and watch it over and over. And it's like, do you remember before you lived here? Did you do that? Like you would go to Magic Kingdom like the night before you're getting ready to go back home and you just go and absorb.
I would say goodbye to the castle.
Yes, and I would cry when I was leaving. But I kind of do that still with the lights on the castle. Like, because I know they're going to be gone eventually. Like I'll go back after Christmas and see the lights one more time and just really try to absorb it in.
You just reminded me of something, a true story. Before I lived here, I'd go to the Polynesian. I'd save up every year, every 2 years. And a lot of times they would upgrade me to a castle view when I didn't have it. And I would always look forward to that, of course. They didn't upgrade me one year, and they literally printed a picture of the castle and put it on the sliding glass doors and said, "You still have a castle view." They did that for me.
Is that a good thing or is that like
it's sarcasm? A bad thing, but it was funny. It was very funny.
Okay, then.
They actually went so far as I used to ask them. I overheard a housekeeper ask another housekeeper about de-spidering a balcony. That's an actual phrase that they use. Adam knows.
De-spidering?
De-spider the balcony.
Ooh.
So I would always ask for that now, and they took plastic spiders and threw them in the bed.
No.
They did. They knew me well enough, so when I pulled the bed off, I just saw plastic spiders everywhere. Because they knew. I know. Because they knew that I was horrified.
Well, I don't know how I feel about that. Did you scream?
No, you could tell they were fake right away, and I thought
good.
it was cute, but it was still creepy.
Like, I don't want spiders, but I'm going to throw a bunch of plastic ones in your bed instead, right? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so before we are going to play our little game and do that kind of fun stuff. But, oh, my gosh, John, how could we forget?
Is it time for tea?
It's time for tea. Where's our teacups? Oh, my gosh. We haven't done tea time in a long time. So
we do it, though, when you don't know we do it.
Yeah, we do it privately. This is public tea time.
I'm getting you your cup.
All right, I want my cup.
All right.
What happened? Did you break your cup?
No, I don't know. There's a lid there for somebody. I don't know.
You want me to put your Diet Coke in there? No. All right.
I'm playing tea time.
We're playing tea time. Ready? Cheers. Let's
cheers. Oh, that's right. You all have a cucumber on your table. Most of you do.
Do you have a cucumber? Oh,
awesome. You can take a selfie with that. TMSM LOL would be nice. I would put hashtag gotta get that cumber. and again, we don't want to we're making fun of it, but we don't want to give out her TikTok or anything. But this lady went on Living with the Land and she had to have a cucumber. Liz told me she planned it. Like she's been on before and timed when to get off to get the cucumber.
Right.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know. And like we were saying, if you really want a Disney cucumber, you can go over to Garden Grill and they will serve you the cucumbers. You don't have to jump off the boat. And it just, I don't even know what to say, John. I mean,
I need to know the ramifications of what happened to her. Did she get thrown out? Did she choke on the cucumber, perhaps? I just need to know that she had some negative thing so that people don't do this and ruin it. Because are they going to change the ride now in any way? Just for the, that's terrible. And she could have endangered other people on the boat going in and out. Maybe she could have tipped it. I don't know. She could have gotten electrocuted with her foot in the water.
Lord.
It's just stupid.
It is. And now you're right. We're kind of like, we're heavily invested in this story now. So what happened to Cucumber Lady? Yeah. I mean, was she asked to leave? Was she said you can't come back ever? I mean, people get kicked out of Disney for lots of reasons, but jumping off a boat to steal a cucumber probably would be a good reason.
I mean, and we've all thought about it, I think, on Living with the Land. Haven't we all wanted something growing in that place, right?
Or like,
the cucumber wasn't even worth it. Go for it. The cacao or the banana, something delicious.
Or the pumpkins that look like Mickey heads. I want one of those. I might jump in the water for a pumpkin, maybe.
With the plastic shell over it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other cool things you could steal besides a cucumber. I'm just saying. And we're not advocating for anybody to jump out of a boat and steal vegetables. Ever. No. Because it's one of those things, like you said, though, if somebody does something like that, they almost ruin it for other people. And then what?
There was also other people on the boat just trying to enjoy the attraction. Now they have to worry, and I would have yelled so bad.
But no, instead, because in the day of cell phones, if you do something stupid, somebody is going to record it. I mean, and
I will say her TikTok got taken down or stopped. It didn't last. Yeah, so something happened. Either she had to take it down because she was being harassed, which was good, or something. So it didn't do good for her.
Sean's laughing.
It didn't do good for her.
You said she was harassed, which was good.
It was good.
Are we advocating
she got
harassing?
People who, like Disney fans, said to her, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing? Yeah, we definitely don't advocate for that. But John felt it was important to tell the story with cucumbers in your presence. So
yeah, we should do the whole selfie thing with them.
Yeah, maybe
later on,
maybe afterwards,
and see if people ask, "Why are you taking a picture with a cucumber?"
What did he say?
Scott just wrote, "Disney called and we're all in trouble." What does it say? Because both off the meals because we're trying to get stealing a Mickey pumpkin. Could be.
Well, I guess we won't have to worry about the Boo Bash now, John. We're not invited to go. So maybe after the show, we can all get together with our cucumbers and take pictures, and we'll put it on social media just because it's funny. Next up. Okay, so this one caused a lot of fuss in the last week. And, of course, my Sean wrote about it because all the provoking articles are from my assistant, Sean. And then I worry about it because then I have to go and police. He's laughing. To those of you at home, he's laughing because I will watch comments and I'll tell my staff, like, "Oh, Sean put out an article. Everybody go watch the comments," because we don't want people arguing in the comments. And this
you're never going to stop that.
No, I know, but
not all of it.
No, I just try to get people to be nice. That's all. Next topic.
No.
No.
You want to stop arguing? You better drink up.
All right. So this particular one, I'm sure you've all seen it. There's a new gimmick or something or other going on that women are wearing risque clothing to the parks in order to get free shirts.
Is it just women? I thought guys could do it.
Well, is it guys that are? No, it's women that are doing it.
I'm sure there's a guy out there that's done it, but just to be fair.
So
I'll do.
So if a guy wait. So if a guy came to the parks in like a thong, then would he get free shorts? Free shorts. Now I'm not saying to do that now. Just like we don't say steal pumpkins, we're not telling you to wear a thong to the parks. Wait a minute, this is going really bad.
So just explain what they do for those who don't know.
All right. So evidently So women are wearing like bathing suit tops or things that are deemed inappropriate dress code wise, so that they will get taken to buy a new shirt. Is that what you understand
Yeah,
too?
well, I think it started off where it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah.
And they would say, "Oh, Disney gave me a new shirt because I wasn't wearing something appropriate." So they thought, "Oh, let's wear what we know is inappropriate so that we can get free stuff."
Well, see, and the bad part is I believe, Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, the first girl that did it got a Spirit jersey out of the deal. I mean, and that's a big, I mean, if,
And they posted the whole story about it. Look what you can do at Disney.
yeah, look, I got a Spirit jersey, woo. And then like other people started doing it, and then they started giving them the $22 t-shirts. Right. Because like if they're going to scam me, you're not getting a jersey, I guess. But we don't recommend anybody do that.
No, I would send them right home.
Right.
Now, stop now, done.
See, that's another thing. Like we're like with the cucumbers.
Send them to Universal.
Universal won't mind.
They wouldn't mind, and that's where they would belong.
Sorry, Universal.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
Yeah, they're not going to give you a free shirt over there.
What are their advertisements be? Oh, something is universal.
What?
They got advertisements.
Love is universal.
Yeah. Inappropriateness is universal.
Booty shorts, universal. Oh God. All right. Anyway, we should probably change the subject, but yeah, that's a thing going on right now. I'm hoping that now that it's kind of gotten some traction, that Disney will do something and not give away the free shirts anymore. Like you say, that people do get, things get ruined.
It's just a terrible way to take advantage. It
is. Like, I think in the way the world is today, let's be nice and let's not do crappy things to take advantage of the system. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm simple thinking like that people should just do the right thing. But what do I know? Right.
I agree.
All right. So, and then, do we want to do, so Sean wrote another article this week.
He's a troublemaker.
He is a troublemaker. Look at him smile, because so there was some commentary that somebody did as far as Disneyland being outpriced for the average family. That doesn't
Sean's
matter.
Opinion.
Sean. I did. Okay, so I told him about the article. But only that one. The rest was all him. So what they're saying is that Disneyland just reopened, and the prices to go to Disneyland as far as staying on Disney property, they only have a couple of resorts. We have much more to choose from here. But the whole gist of it was that you can't stay on property. It's too expensive.
And it is very expensive. And I don't know if they're marketing to the average family right now. They might want to recover with the rich families right now. It's possible.
Well, in California, yeah, it totally could be. But my whole thought was that, yeah, that's true that Disney hotels are very expensive. But also in Disneyland, they have a lot of good neighbor hotels to where you can stay all around Disney property for a lot cheaper. And a lot of the cheaper hotels, you're going to get a continental breakfast, or you're going to get different things that Disney doesn't offer. So I do believe, yes, it's expensive to stay like we're talking, what did I say? Like $600 for a cheap room a night?
That's a lot. Yeah. 800.
It was 800. Yeah, I can't afford to do $800 a night.
For like a room that was usually 200.
That's okay. So that's crazy. A little bit.
Again, it's all going to boil down to supply and demand. What people are willing to spend. Yeah, we do have crazy price hotels here too, but I think we have more options here where they don't there. Yeah, but like the Good Neighbor hotels, yeah, you got to check those out.
If you're here, you have your values, your moderates, your deluxe. Out there, it's like all seems deluxe. So you have no choice to stay in an expensive hotel because that's all they have. And then you have to go to the Good Neighbor hotels if you want to be able to afford to go.
Yeah.
So I get what they're saying, but
I think you got to realize too, they're just out of the closure.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take a little time to get back to more normal there.
Possibly, yes. And then before we switch over to John's silly little game.
Wait, does anybody else hear the tone?
What tone?
John's silly little game. So we bore the heck out of ourselves.
No, I didn't get to see what the game is. So you guys are usually surprised with the questions. So am I, because I don't know what they are. Huh? No, we do the game on, don't we? Do we do the game on?
I think we do the game off later.
Okay, then we'll round out what
we're doing.
All
the reason to be here.
Yes. Okay, so I guess you can't see the game from home. That means you'll have to come to a future show because we do have a good time. So before our last little bit of tea is you mentioned something to me about fast passes.
Oh, the fast pass kiosks were uncovered. I know, but what does it mean? They were uncovered. It could just be that they wanted to show off the beautiful thing. I think something's happening. I think they're coming back. My guess. I have no information.
I hope
Adam probably knows, but we can't ask him, so it doesn't matter.
Adam, do you know?
Adam.
Oh, look at him. He's
Spill
like,
it.
I don't know.
He's like, I can neither confirm nor deny. He's seen some things.
Oh, some things. So you just have to kind of speculate as what those things are.
There's also speculation, and this has been going on forever, that there will be some sort of a paid fast pass system. Again, I don't know.
Oh, like Universal has.
Universal, exactly. So, that's how they afford the shirts for the people that are dressed inappropriate. I don't know that they're going to do that, but I suspect that they'll give you a certain amount of free ones, and then you can add more maybe for a cost.
Maybe, but see, like Universal, for a second, that front of the line thing after 4:00. I mean, a lot of people will opt for it because you're walking around and you want to go on these rides, these roller coasters, and you don't want to spend an hour and a half in line. But if you pay for it, then after 4:00, you can go do the Harry Potter stuff, or you can. I mean, I don't think Velocicoaster is on that list right now.
Think so.
But I can see how that would be beneficial, and some people might want to do that. Like Cedar Point in Ohio, they have a front of the line thing, but it's expensive. It's like an extra $130 for the front of the line pass.
The way it was when I was there, even if you had the express pass for Universal, you were still waiting a good 25 minutes for each.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take you right to the front. Yeah. You get to bypass the big line, but you're still going to wait
a lot.
So I mean, I don't know if they would do that. If they did that, would you want to do something like that or no?
For Disney?
Yeah.
Like a Rise of the Resistance? Yeah.
Oh.
Like if you told me I could pay $40 to ride Rise of the Resistance, I would do that.
So do you think is it?
Oh, the Premier Pass
at Universal gets
I have to
front of
find
line.
out what pass I've got.
I think we have that.
I think we do have Premier. In any event. We'll see what Disney does with that. But it looks like Disney might be revisiting Fast Pass.
But as soon as we get concrete proof, we will
right,
tell
we only
you.
know that Adam has seen things.
Adam knows things. We don't know what they are. Yeah.
He is good like that. I have to say, he's a good employee. He gives no information.
No information. But he is like one of the sweetest people I know. They'll look at him.
He is.
Adam. Before we wrap up, you mentioned Rise of the Resistance. I'm going to put you on the spot. Is there a way that you think that they could do this better as far as every like in Fan Nation, our Facebook group, a lot of questions over and over again is, do you have any advice on the best way to score a reservation to get on Rise of the Resistance? Or, and we had talked about it before, like if you're coming in, let's say from Delaware, and this is going to be your only trip for the next 5 years, and your big thing is you want to go on Rise of the Resistance. And what if you don't get a reservation?
Yeah, it's
too
tough.
risky. You don't know.
I know. I just wish they would do it ahead of time. Like you could do it a week or two before from home.
Like a dining reservation, but a ride reservation?
Yeah. I don't know the answer to the people that, they really want to go on it and they get disappointed and can't.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It is tough. Or if they're having a lot of technical difficulties that day, like the boarding pass, you get your boarding groups. And what if they don't get to your group? I don't know. I just was wondering if you thought maybe there was a better way to handle that.
I don't have the answer for that. I wish I did.
I know. Oh, maybe.
It's never happened before that you go to a park and you don't know if you could. I mean, you always knew if the ride is open, I'm going to get on it.
Right. Even if you have to stand in a standby line for 5 hours, if you want to do that, you have that option. But this one, they don't. Maybe eventually they will. Or maybe when some of the other new rides open.
You'd think, for sure. Personally, I think Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is almost as good. I think it's great.
I like it too.
I love it.
And that song, I just want you to know whenever we go on that ride,
nothing can stop us now.
yes,
I'll tell you how. Love that. So all I did that day, the first day it opened.
the media event, I was with John, of course, because I'm always with John. And he sang that in my ear from morning until night. And then when I went home, I could hear his voice in my head. And when we went there two weeks ago to ride it, I'm like, Scott and I are standing in line. And I said, all I hear is John in my head and his smiley face singing.
Do you remember that event we knew that was right before the pandemic?
Yeah.
And everybody, we were in crowds, faces smushed up against each other. But we all knew something was coming. It was like Twister before the storm came. Because words were going around that, it's in China and it's coming here. I didn't know how bad, but we knew the fun is about to, the tablecloth is going to get yanked out.
Right. And I think that we knew something was up, but we had no idea as to what kind of an impact that was going to be. When they closed the parks, we thought, because usually you close the park for a hurricane, everybody's like, oh, it's getting real now, Disney closed. But when Disney closed because of this, and, they're like, oh, let's give it 2 weeks. And then people were like 4 weeks. And then, then we don't know. And it was just crazy. But yeah, it's like we got to cover for Runaway Railway. We had like the best. Didn't we have a good time? We had the best time.
That was a great event.
And then like a week and a half later, the parks were closed. I mean, you could have never predicted something like that. No. And let's hope that we don't ever have to do that again because it was just terrible. He's good at it.
I'll do it. You got your man. I'll do the message machine. Speaking of which, I don't ask this because I don't know if you're allowed, but House of Mouse Expo, I'm going to ask Bill Farmer, Goofy, if I have to pay him to do my Goofy on my answer machine.
They will do recordings too. I believe it's one of the options that they do.
I'll pay for that.
You can do a voice recording, or you can get an autograph, or you did a photo. Because I had Jason Marsden record as Binks the Cat and Max Goof for me.
Do you know if Jason Marsden is related to James Marsden?
I don't know.
Because he's in The Stand on Paramount, and I don't know if that's his brother.
Scott's going to Google it right now and get your answer for you.
But yeah, if Bill Farmer would could you imagine, and I can't do Goofy, but him doing, well, John's not here right now. That would be really cool. Because you can tell when it's the real Goofy.
Yeah.
Mickey, I'll do for you.
Yeah, John's got Mickey covered.
Oh, boy.
He said they're not related.
They're not.
They're friends, but not related. Okay. So anyway, so I guess we are wrapping up the show for the at-home
Do we have
audience.
anything you guys want to talk about that we didn't mention?
I can't hear.
Save the world?
Oh, yes. My dear friend Toddy is doing a lightsaber meetup. She's getting it together for the expo. So like what they do at Galaxy's Edge, they're going to do at the expo.
I'm bringing my lightsaber.
Bring your lightsaber. And that's going to be the same night that Elliot's doing his dance party. And if you want, again, as far as House of Mouse Expo, you can go to houseofmouseexpo.com and it'll have our guest list, but our guest list is pretty darn impressive if you ask me.
It really is.
I mean, we have Boo Boo Stewart from The Descendants. We have John Ratzenberger, who is in all the Pixar movies. We have Jason Marsden, Bill Farmer, Doug Jones. We're having a Hocus Pocus reunion, you guys. I mean, I'm so excited to host that. You can ask Sean or Scott. That's all I talk about is, oh my gosh, I get to host it.
When she told me people from Hocus Pocus are coming, the first day I was like, Bette Midler is coming. And she's like, no. I'm like, oh, I thought Bette was coming. Next year, Bette's going to want to come.
Maybe she will. But anyway, I hope you guys check that out because it's going to be a lot of fun. And we are going to let our at-home audience go so that we can play games with those that are here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and a big thank you to Raglan Road for hosting us. And stay tuned for another date for a future show. And again, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you real soon.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I was like looking at my phone.